What's up, everybody? Back with another Fair Shake review. And this time we're going to be checking out YZM's Love Sick Black Summer. Now, I may go back and forth between saying YZM and YZM because it's kind of both correct. So, anyway, this is a brand new track from him, the Maccavision leader, coming from Florida, Tampa, and this project is definitely a good collection of like a lot of like different influences I feel from him as an artist. I've listened to a few projects here and there. I've reviewed another one on the channel and blog before, and I just gotta say this one definitely does seem like a elevation and of what he's been able to do already so far. He's really just putting it all together, all the different interests that he has all into one, and that is something that I definitely admire. And a lot of this, it comes off very authentic and personal to him as well. Even when it may seem like it's not that deep, it still seems very authentic to him, and it never feels like he's putting on a front, which is something that I feel is very great to be able to feel from a project, from an artist, and their art. So yeah, it starts off with Cult, and it definitely sets the stage for kind of what the vibe is going to be for the album, like some of the different things he ends up talking about, when it comes to the type of lifestyle he's living, where with being surrounded with drugs, guns, and women, and it has a kind of almost a bit of a rock aesthetic to start off. The whole first part of the project has a lot of rock influence, especially starting off, because even going into Parasite, it even it still has a lot of guitar throughout, though I do feel it gets a little cluttered in the sound, and I feel like it could be a little cleaned up, and this one has a feature from Indigo that's pretty nice, and both of these songs continue to go in on these themes of kind of the things that plague him in this life that he's living, and how he still finds some joys in it as well. And Cowboy Bebop continues with a kind of a guitar bass line for what a lot of you're gonna focus on the production side, but this one just gives off a vibe that I just rock with it. It definitely kind of gives off that real Cowboy Bebop, excuse me, that Cowboy Bebop kind of feel, almost Vash the Stampede like as well, a little bit more so. But Cowboy Bebop is still fitting for a title here, aka Boogeyman. And yeah, the vibe of this, and especially that chorus, love it. One of my favorite tracks on here, if not my favorite track. And then it goes into Antisocial with Ava, one of the features with Ava Alexander, one of the vocalists that pops up here kind of frequently, who sounds wonderful. It's in this one, I feel it could be very accessible to a lot of people who are casual hip hop fans, and this one actually kind of gives me kind of Juice WRLD vibes with the production, not necessarily YZM singing, which he is singing on this one along with Ava. I think that this one is very, very nice, and a good addition to and switch up to kind of the vibe that it's been given off so far. Then it goes into another breakup song This one I also liked. It was a pretty good song with Ari singing on it, and this one, like the collaboration between those two also fit together very well, and like YZM on the second verse was dope. He comes in singing a little bit, then he just goes into this flow that's just so nice. Like I was like, bro, he on here working. He's killing this. Even though it is one of the more outright sadder songs. Da, 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 da. Then next we got Those Eyes, Who Are They? This one is like a straight up like ready to like put this junk out radio kind of hit. Like it's on that kind of almost chill dance hall kind of vibe, and it's very catchy. Like you will go out of this thing moving and singing along to each mention of love that body. Like it's an infectious song, and this was actually previously released, but to hear it in context of this project, it fits very well, as there is a lot of interplay between his his lifestyle and then also encounters with women as well. So that goes in nicely, and we continue in with the encounters and feelings, emotions that you can have with dealing with women, with the interlude Blood on Her Lips, which also is a two-part song that comes with In Memory Of. I feel like the first half being with the kind of mainly bass stuck with just kind of like the guitar and YZM's verses, and I feel like it's very raw and vulnerable. It's and that's a thing that I liked about it, but the second half to me was like where things was just really shining. Like the vibe of that one, man, it just got me hype. I was like, yes, this is it. It just felt too short. That part felt too short. It was like my favorite part, and it just lasted like this. But yeah, the In Memory Of part was really great on that track. Then it goes into Blur, which to me is like a rhyme fest. Like you got Delete Glitch and Off the Corner on it, and on this song, it's just like, this is like kind of like one of the most like straightforward hip hop songs I feel like on the project, with this kind of like lo-fi industrial kind of drums, kind of almost early Odd Future-ish kind of, but like it's a vibe. I dig it. I feel like each of the guest verses on this one were really pretty cool, and it's just like recounting them living life, enjoying it, and at the end, it's just like, man, it was, I don't know, all that happened last night, it was like a blur, and YZM just closes that mug out like very well. Another one of my favorites right there. Then it goes into Sad Girls Club and Bleach. I feel like with Sad Girls Club, which is another two-part song, on the Sad Girls Club part, it has Michaela Palladio singing on it, and I feel like their collaboration together there sounds really good, but it's like a real slower kind of feel, as they're going on about people and these people in these relationships here, and their behaviors, just how it makes each other feel. At least that's what I got from it. But then it hits that second half, Bleach, and it's just like, bro, like where he is just like, yo, the way this is, happening. I hate it. I'd rather drink bleach than deal with this junk. But the actual song itself, that half of the song, it's another just like straight vibe that I'm like, I dig the sound of it, and it has a good balance of rapping and singing in it too in that verse. And I'm like, yo, I love this. So yeah. Then it goes off to kind of like the second half of the project, because I did fail to mention this, but it's split into two different kind of halves of the story, and you really do feel kind of like a bit of a shift as it goes into heaven. And this one was so well arranged that like I was like, okay, I like this vibe. He's up here, he kind of spit it, he's got a little bit of singing, and then it switches up, the beat switches up, and then you're just like, oh, I was not expecting this. And then you just like, oh, you get 3D with Swayze in there, and I was like, whoa, okay, dude's got some flow. Then YZM hops back in, and it's just like, yo, this is nice. And like the themes on that one is also really good. It was a very well executed track. Then it goes into the haunted ones, another one with Ava Alexander and Michaela Palladio. I liked their singing contributions to this, and this one is also a little bit playing between mid-tempo and slow, and I just love this lyrically. I feel like this is so directly personal, what YZM ends up saying on this track. Like, even though a lot of these songs are very kind of direct on like the what he's feeling in these moments, I feel like this is like one of the most directly presented ones, like including in the performance where he even lets out yells and everything in it. It's good. Then you get to Till Death Do Us Part, and this one has quite a bit of features on it. Richie Guapo, Ayam, I hope I'm saying that right, and Pusha Preem. And this one, like the way this one is presented, it just feels like a magnum opus. It has a very epic feel. Like you feel like, oh, this is like a big centerpiece kind of type of track here, and I thought that was really, really cool. And there's just some things I feel like production wise in this one, and even in the haunted ones, that I feel like could make it hit a little bit harder, but you still feel that emotion that I feel like YZM was wanting to present at this portion of the album, where it's just like, hey, this is like the kind of a big epiphany, one of the climaxes here, and so yeah, it's epic. I dig that, and I get that feel from that. Then it moves on to the Shadow Realm, which is like a sludge. It feels like the way it's produced, the way the verses are delivered on this one, and featuring Millie Moon and Pusha Preem again. Like you just feel like the weight and kind of like just that slow moving feeling, and even though it embodies that mood very well, and like captures kind of like really that Shadow Realm like feeling, it does feel a little bit long. It felt like it went on just a little too long, in my opinion. Then it moves on to Sin City featuring Topic, and this one was another okay song. It just kind of really goes into like a little bit more and about the environment they're in, and that message is very, very clearly delivered on this one. Then it goes into Bless, another one with Michaela Palladio and Millie Moon, and this one is just under 3 minutes, but to me it just, this was one that just felt way too long. It's another one that's kind of slower and just feels like sticky and like walking through sludge again, kind of similar to the Shadow Realm, but with this one being shorter and it feeling almost longer, I feel that's kind of not so good. So unfortunately, this one's probably my least favorite track. Then we get over to Sinland, and we get another good dose of just the honesty in the lyrics and the delivery. And this one's also featuring Gabriel Knows Everything, who has a pretty solid contribution to it as well. So this was a pretty good track. Then it gets to Kara's Silhouette, with Michaela Palladio once again on the vocals, and this was a very, very pretty track, and it felt like very conclusive to kind of like the story and experience that YZM was trying to present to us. It feels very conclusive, like it felt like, oh yes, this is kind of like the ending to this whole thing, but there's still one more track with October, with that is considered an epilogue, along with featuring Nico Sweet, and it truly did feel like an epilogue. It felt like kind of like an extra piece to the story that it doesn't necessarily have to be there, but it's definitely enjoyable to have it there. And I really enjoyed the production of this one as well. It's just a real, it eventually gets to a real nice kind of bouncy feel, and I really enjoy Nico's contribution to this track as well. I feel like this track just really covers the journey of the album extremely well, and is a nice closer or last piece, even if Kara Silhouette could have done the job just as well. So yeah, that's kind of what I thought of the project. I wanted to give this a real nice, thorough comb over, since I am acquainted with YZM, and just kind of wanted to pick it apart to really give the best description as I could throughout this, but the production is definitely very moody, even though it does kind of range from different influences, from rock to kind of like darker trap, moody kind of feels, kind of like almost as like some of the older Denzel Curry kind of stuff, and XXXTentacion, that just like that whole Florida sound is like baked into here, but like the influences throughout the different genres are also mixed in as well. But I do get heavy Kanye, Kid Cudi influence throughout this, even if there's no humming. Yes, even Kid Cudi vibes through this, and yeah, I really, really heavily enjoyed this experience, even if I don't come out of this with as many songs that I would return to, but yeah, this was a really, really cool project. I think that it's definitely worth experiencing at least once, and seeing which ones gravitate to you the most, just like I had the experience of doing myself. If you have checked out this project, I would love to hear your thoughts down below. down below in the comment section. If you like the video, you can end up hitting the like button. And if you want to see more reviews and reactions here, you can hit the subscribe button. Also, I do have a Patreon in the description box. So if you want to help support your boy in continuing to bring this lovely content to you, as well as help me put out my own content, like original content as well, then that would be greatly appreciated. But until next time, much love, peace, threes.